Hey guys, it's Kari, and today I'm going to show you how I PSE signed Malibu by Miley Cyrus. So let's get started. First verse starts out with, I never came to the beach or stood by the ocean. I never, and the sign for never is a little bit of a curved hand, dominant hand, and you kind of come across like a number 7. Like if you're signing it to yourself, it would be a 7. I never came to the beach. So beach is where you do two hands that look like this, and they come in like this, like the waves hitting the shore. I never came to the beach or stood, and the sign for stand is an upside down V hand like this. Stood by the ocean, and ocean is a W next to your chin for water, and then you do waves like this. I stood by the ocean. I never sat by the shore. The sign for seat is where you do two H hands and the legs of another person come over like this, like someone is sitting down. I never sat by the shore. Under, and the sign for under is an A hand and a flat non-dominant hand. One goes under the other. Under the sun with my feet, and feet I just pointed to my feet, or if you wanted to you can spell it out, or excuse me, that wasn't feet. If you want to spell it out, you can also do that with my feet in the sand, and the sign for sand is just if you have sand in your hands and you're kind of touching it like this, like sand. But you brought me here, and I'm happy that you did, and I'm happy that you did, and I actually ended up fingerspelling did because there is no sign for that. Because now I'm as free as birds catching the wind, because now I'm as free, and free is like two F hands like this, and you bring them apart like they're free from each other, free as birds, and birds just looks like you have a little beak like this, birds catching the wind, so like flying away. And it goes into the next part of the first verse. I always thought I future would sink, and the sign for sink looks like this. We have a non-dominant hand flat like this, dominant hand kind of in an H with your thumb up, and it's like someone is sinking. So you just pull that hand down like this. So I fingerspelled it. So I never swam, and the sign for swim, it kind of looks like you're actually swimming, so it makes sense. And then it goes into I never passed boating, and boating is just a little boat like this, like this. Don't understand how they're floating, and sometimes I get so scared of what I can't understand. Sometimes, I've seen sometimes done a lot of ways. You can do sometimes, or you can also do the sign where you just have a D hand like this, and it trails off like this. So sometimes I get so scared of what I can't understand, I become, and become is where you take two hands like this, and they switch over like this. Become so scared, and I did the sign for afraid, where you do closed hands like this, and then you open them, like you're scared of something. Scared of what I can't understand, and understand, you're just making an X hand like this, like you're understanding something, like a little light bulb. And then it goes into the chorus, but here I am next to you, I just did like closer to. So you take your two hands and you have one coming closer to the next one. Next to you, the sky's more blue, and more is just where you touch your hands together like two people kissing. More blue is just a B hand that flickers in and out like this. In Malibu, and then again I ended up just fingerspelling it because there was no sign for the word Malibu. So end up just doing that. If you're a beginner fingerspeller like I am, I did find it takes a little bit of time to actually get it while you're doing other things, and so it looks natural, but definitely keep practicing. It took me about a month and a half to fully record this video because of the fingerspelling and because how prevalent it is in the video, so definitely keep practicing. It's the best way to do it. And then again it goes into next to you in Malibu. The second verse goes, we watched the sun go down as we were walking. We watched the sun, and sun just looks like this, but I did sunset, so like sunset, like day, so sunset. As we were walking, and the sign for walking just looks like you're walking like this. I'd spend the rest of my life standing here talking. I'd stay here, like here of like my life, standing here talking. And then I did the sign with you, like we're having a conversation. I've seen it done this way as well, like us having a conversation, but I wanted to do standing here talking with you. So that's the way I signed it. You would explain the current as I just smiled. You explain, and the sign for explain is two X hands like this that come in and out like this. You explain the current, so like waves, or you can do like shore, as I just smile. And the sign for smile is where you do L hands at your chin and they pull out into a smile like that. Hoping that you'll stay the same and nothing will change and it'll be us just for a while. Hoping that you'll stay the same. I did similar. Same. Nothing will change. So none, like none thing, like nothing. Future will change. And the sign for change is two X hands and one goes on top of another and they switch over. It's like the sign for become, but you also are doing X hands like this. So nothing will change and it'll be us just for a while. I said our relationship will continue just for a little time, just like you're wearing a watch. Do we even exist? I said, are we real? We real, and you kind of have like a questioning expression, like are we real? Do we exist? And real is where you take a D hand and it goes from your chin straight out. That's when I make a wish to swim away with the fish. That's when I make a wish, and the sign for wish is where you do a C hand and it comes from kind of like your collarbones up here and goes straight down your chest. I make a wish to swim away with the fish. And the sign for fish just looks like a fish swimming away, kind of like away from your body. Is it supposed to be this hot all summer long? I did the sign for like hot, which is where you take a claw hand like this and you pull it out, like it's supposed to be this hot, and you kind of make a questioning face all summer long. And the trick for me between the signs, because black because and summer, is that they all end in like a different position. So because pulls across straight and then comes into an X, just like this. Black is just going to be straight across your forehead. There's no motion after that. And then summer is where you take it, go straight across, and you pull down. This was to be this hot all summer long. I never would have believed you if 3 years ago you told me I'd be here writing the song. This part's a little bit faster, but I never, future, believe. And the sign for believe is where you point to like your head and then it comes into two clasping hands like this. I never would have believed you that 3 years, and the sign for years is where you take almost two A hands and one goes on top of another like this. 3 years ago you told me I'd be here writing this song. And then it goes, but here I am next to you, the sky's so blue. And so there are 3 or 4 times that she says this chorus part, except the first time is more blue, and then the rest of them are so. So you do have to fingerspell S-O, so blue, but it's only the first time it does more, so if that helps people remember. And then it goes into another kind of endy part. We are just like the waves that flow back and forth. We are similar to the waves that flow back and forth. I just did like a big wave at the end and it comes back to me. Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning, and again the sign for drowning, flat hand, kind of like you're sinking, drowning, and you're there, you're here to save me. And the sign for save is kind of an S hand and then a V hand, and it goes on top of the back of your non-dominant hand. Save me, and I want to thank you with all of my heart. I want to thank you. So thank you looks like this, just from your chin. Thank you with all of my heart. You kind of make a little heart right here. It's a brand new start. So new looks like this, new start. And the sign for start is a non-dominant hand that is flat and a D hand like this. It looks like you're starting a car, starting an engine. I do it in all of my videos to like say let's get started, so you can also check those out. Brand new start. A dream, and the sign for dream is an X hand that goes across your forehead like this. dream becoming real, becoming true, and then in Malibu. And that is the entirety of the song. Unfortunately, this tutorial was a little bit longer than I expected, but hopefully you guys keep practicing and let me know if you guys get it. Leave me a video response or a comment or any other songs you would like me to cover. Thank you guys so much for the support.